I'm really pleased to be joined by Peter Archdale at Newton Prep. Pete, thanks very much for joining me. So the reason why I got you on, I know it's all a bit mysterious, was to tell you that I wanted to basically say a big well done to you, your staff and your students at Newton Prep, because you have won our youHQ Wellbeing Award Prep School of the Year for 2025. So congratulations to you.
That's brilliant news.
Yeah, great news. No, thank you. And the reason, what we do is we can see anonymous data, we can see engagement, and we can see logins and mood check-ins, and we can see goals, but we can't see any of the actual personal data. But we've been working with you in the school for a bit now, and it was just a really great chance to celebrate what you've put in place, and a chance to sort of speak to you about the impact it's had and the culture of the school and why you brought youHQ in. So can we start with the why youHQ? What was the thing that drove you to bring it into Newton Prep in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was a way of strengthening an area of the school, which is, that we didn't foresee any particular weaknesses, but it's always hard to look for innovative mechanisms to improve school. But I saw that youHQ would bolster the well-being of the children, giving them more of a voice themselves, and help staff as well kind of be more aware of what's going on in their classes, especially for those children whose voices aren't necessarily the loudest in the classes. So it's a way of helping the children and the staff, really.
That's great. And I think that's such a good point around students, that their voice aren't always the loudest. And that's something we talk about quite a lot, is how the digital platform can actually really enhance people's voice for students that don't always feel comfortable putting their hand up, speaking out loud, or going up to staff members, which can be really intimidating for them, I think. And have you noticed impact in that way? And are there any anonymous stories or anything that jumps to mind where you thought, actually, youHQ did help in this way?
Yeah, I mean, I think it helps us pick up patterns. So throughout the surveys and mood scores, we noticed certain year groups were, being affected more by exams or by homework, and then there was one year group, particularly sleep was a big focus, and so we could address that whole school wise. And then there are those instances where children have put in a low score, mood score, which is alerted a teacher, and through that we've uncovered something a bit bigger than just a low mood. So it's kind of strengthened that side of things with our school quite well.
With the sleep concept, that's something that's coming through, around, talking about 150, 160 schools, 100,000-ish students. Sleep is by far the most strongly reported link to low mood. And, we're talking across lots of different ages and gender and country. Can you say the sort of things that you've done around that? Because I think that's really important for other schools to hear good practice and how you then respond to that data coming in.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything too revolutionary, but we made sure we had those conversations with the children in PSHE lessons, where we structured some assemblies, so adapting the curriculum that way, I guess. And then the parent information is also a key aspect of that, so making sure that parents are aware of what we're seeing in school, whether that's through youHQ or not. We make sure that communication is there. So I don't think it was anything that many other schools wouldn't have heard of, but it's making sure youHQ enabled us to then adapt our curriculum where there were needs.
And I think the key point there is it doesn't have to be anything revolutionary, like you said. It's that response to it and listening to people's voice and knowing that different ages, different year groups, and different schools will come up with different challenges. That's brilliant. Thank you so much for joining. I don't know if there's anything else you want to share, but we just want to say well done. We know it's not just you. You were the catalyst and the decision maker, but we know you've got a great team of staff who really look after the students at Newton Prep. It's a great school. I don't know whether you want to say anything more about the school, or you've got anything to promote. I know you're coming towards the end of the academic year. Is there anything else going on at Newton Prep that we should all know about?
I mean, it's probably what all schools are experiencing at the moment with the lead up to the summer holidays. So it's looking forward to the big events of sports days, celebrations. And so we're focusing on all of that really, whilst youHQ is helping us keep abreast of all well-being issues, etc., that are coming up. So we're just filling out these final few weeks, making sure everyone's as happy as possible, really.
That's great. Well, Pete, there will be a nice glass trophy on its way to you, a certificate. So hopefully we can get it to you before the end of term, and hopefully we can get a picture of you and the team holding it up But again, well done from us to you, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you very much, Jez. Appreciate that.